Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today's video, we're going to be doing the top 5 reasons to buy the Samsung Galaxy A23 in 2023. So if you're brand new to the channel, I truly appreciate you for coming through if you're new. But if you're already a part of the crew, so yo, what's going on, guys? So I wanted to talk about the Samsung Galaxy A23 and the top 5 reasons to buy. And the first reason for the purchase of you that you would check this thing out, and if you wanted to pick it up, is that you don't need to spend $1,000, right, on a smartphone like the S23 Ultra. That's $1,000 coming straight out of your pocket when you can get the A23 for $195. So you'd be able to pretty much get 10 of the A23s, and then instead of having one Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. And you're probably like, well, it's that much money for a reason, it's probably worth it, right, for the S23. Well, in my opinion, I think this is all you need for a smartphone in 2023, especially if you're not like somebody who's trying to take shots on your smartphone to look at the moon, or if you're the type of person that doesn't really use all the features on your phone except for like social media, browsing the web, phone calls, text messages, like me. $195 is going to get you pretty much everything that you need, plus a little bit more on the side, because you're not going to be using this device to map out different algorithms for the trajectory of the moon and the stars or anything of that, or do rocket science. This device is gonna get you through a day and more with the 5,000 milliamp hour battery. But for the price of $195, it goes, the money stretches. Trust me, the money definitely is worth it. And so I could say that for $195, you're going to be getting a ton of features, which I'm going to get into. But I definitely think for the price of $195, you can't go wrong. You could use this device over LTE, which is the 5G version. And I really like this model when it comes to the just the connectivity. It does have mono speakers, so it doesn't have dual speakers, but it has most of the features that you would need. And I'm going to jump into that, mainly talking about some of the things that you just need if you're the type of person who just needs a smartphone that's going to do it, most of what you want plus a little bit more, right? So I definitely think this device is going to be capable when it comes to using it. You're going to be able to use it unlocked on all carriers. You're going to be able to get really good call quality. You're going to be able to browse the web really nicely. And so that's the first reason, is the price, is that $195 stretches real far. And so the second reason to buy the Samsung Galaxy A23 in 2023 is going to be the features, right? So you're going to be getting really a lot of features on this device if you think about it. Mostly everything that you would need when it comes to a smartphone, okay? I'm not even going to get no gas. Like, seriously, this phone is feature packed. It packs like so many features, and they all run really clean on here. So one of the features that I really like that's packed on here when you're using this device is the fact that you have this feature right here, auto switch buds, which allows you to basically automatically switch your Galaxy Buds from another device to this phone, make a phone call, answer phone calls. So you can use your buds on multiple devices. It gives you the ability to have multi-control, which is something that is cool. But all I'm talking about mainly the features. The Smart View lets you connect your phone to a TV, which is really cool. And then I also like the fact that this thing has NFC for contactless payments, so you could make purchases in stores without your wallet in your pocket, and you can have the digital wallet, walk around, make mobile purchases, right? And this device also packs a radio, like a dead serious, like a radio in here. You will need to connect it to the aux cable or 3.5mm headphone jack. Listen to this through some headphones, but it has a radio in here, so you can actually power on the radio once you connect the headphone jack on here and listen to music through the FM radio and stuff like that. That's pretty cool, right? And for $195, you're actually getting a really smooth display. And so the Samsung Galaxy A23 is going to give you adaptive display, and this display looks really good. It's got a 90 hertz refresh rate. You can move it down to 60, but I could honestly say I use this at full brightness with adaptive brightness off and the 90 hertz all day, and I'm able to get well past a day on this device. So I could honestly say that that's one of my favorite features when using the Samsung Galaxy A23. Okay, we're going to continue to talk about more features with this device, but do me a quick solid. If you're still here, just type down below in the comment section, I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people and help beat the YouTube algorithm. Okay, now the next feature that I want to talk about on this device is the fact that it has 25 watts fast charging. And so it's going to give you a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, and when you plug it into a charger, it has really fast charging at 25 watts. For the price of $195, you're getting, you know, some pretty decent charging speeds on here, so you will top up in a short period of time, right? Now, one of my top 3 features on here, and we're still jumping into the features on here, is the side scrolls that gives you the ability to look. They give you a compass on here, and you can map the compass out, so when you're doing your camping or whatever, you can calibrate the compass and it gives you the direction of where you want to go. So smartphones are just incredible nowadays, right? They're not just for calling and texting, they're for way more than that. Shopping lists, you know, what else, you know what I mean, like navigation, a whole lot more. They're basically pocket computers, and this thing has everything. So you get your shortcuts on here, you get the weather, things like that. And I just really enjoy using this thing when it comes to these features. It's just a phenomenal device for the features. So when you open up the side scrolls, one of the things I like to do is pull open an app and get into my pop-up menu right here. So one of the things that's really cool is that you can have a couple of pop-up menus. You could minimize them right here. I could open up another one, still have this one minimized right here. I could actually, when I'm in this app, I could shrink it right here, and it gives me the ability to shrink it so that if I want to check something else out in the back, like a clock widget right here, I could shrink that one, I could shrink this one, and you just have a whole bunch of panels on here. So it's like a mobile computer. Shrink that one, that goes on top, it gets stacked right there. Then I have all 3 of my shortcut apps right here. That's just a phenomenal thing to have on a device. And then you can easily get to your split screen menu by dragging and holding different applications to the place you want them to go. And so, you know, definitely subscribe to Mike VRY. You've got the new Pixel 6a. But like I said, man, the pop-up view right here is really solid. You know what I mean? I really like that feature. Then you could just look at apps over top of one another. You can also stack them. I can make this translucent and still scroll on it right here while I'm looking at another app on the background, right? That's pretty crazy. This thing does a lot of things when it comes to like multitasking and stuff like that. So you're just gonna get a ton. It gives you all your most recent apps here at the bottom. Long pressing, you can get to your shortcuts this way. Like let me show you what I'm talking about. Long hold right here, it's gonna give you the ability to do pop up or split screen, depending on what you want to do. With that side scroll, it's just going to make it a lot easier to navigate your applications, right? So like I said, this device has a lot of functionality, the features on here, but let's just jump into some more features, okay? And so another thing I like about this device is it has external mic support. So when I plug my phone into my microphones and I want to talk through my microphones, it lights up that button. So you have external mic support. So one of the things I like about it is that feature. But one of the things I noticed about my OnePlus Nord N20, which was a little bit more at the time it was launched, is the fact that this device doesn't even offer the external mic support. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I noticed that when I put this device into a high quality Type-C adapter, it wasn't able to recognize it. And it also doesn't recognize external mic support. So the green light doesn't turn on my OnePlus Nord N20 because it doesn't support external Type-C devices. But this device that actually supports external Type-C devices, which is pretty cool. Another feature I like about it is that if you go into your battery and what do you call it? We just scroll down right here. And when I go into my battery and my device care, it gives me a ton of features here. So I can optimize my phone and it tells me if it's at its optimal state. Another thing that it did is that it can find threats on your device through the software, and it recommends that you check most of the time it'll scan through every single application that's on your device and make sure that all the applications that are on your device are basically safe to use going forward. So I like that feature a lot, and I use it quite often just to make sure that my device is up to date when it comes to the safety and the device protection, right? Now, another thing I really like about it is that it actually comes with the brick, the 25 watts fast charging brick, the SIM remover tool, and the cable. So it comes with the brick inside, whereas my A34 5G and my A14 5G didn't come with the brick. So I was really happy that this device had the brick. And so if you don't have like an adapter, or if you don't have that brick at home, I have a ton of them, but the fact that it has the brick out of the box is really cool because it gives you that full unboxing experience. You know what I'm talking about? So I really like that about the A23 as well when it comes to the features. Now, it has this mode that actually puts this device in turbo mode. And what I mean by turbo mode is it has this enhanced processing feature that's found on a lot of the flagships. But when you turn that on, you can get faster data processing for all apps except games. But just keep in mind that it's going to use a little bit of your battery more, okay? And one thing you probably knew, but if you didn't know, then let me show you. Because if you go into your Dolby Atmos, you actually have an equalizer for this device. So when you're listening to music, you can custom tune your music to the way you want it to be heard when you're listening through the speakers. And obviously it's going to have mono speakers, but I just want to throw it out there that you do get full tuning when it comes to the customization with the equalizer on board through Dolby Atmos, right? And the last feature I like on here is the one-handed mode. You can make this thing shrink up top, drag it back down. Right here, you could drag it from the top all the way down from the corner, and it gives you the full custom ability to use it with either hand you want. So if you're driving or if you're drinking coffee, you can still use your device with one hand, and you don't have to worry about dropping it or trying to maneuver it with your finger and slide your thumb up and down to get the right hand position in your hand, because it's going to have the one-handed operation mode, which I think is pretty clutch. Okay. Now, another thing I really like about this device is it has really good performance. Now, it has the Snapdragon, 680. So if you don't like MediaTek devices with the MediaTek processors, this device does have a capable chip with the Snapdragon 680, which is going to give you 4 gigabytes of RAM out of the box, and it has 64 gigabytes of internal storage. But you can get the model that has 6 gigabytes of RAM out of the box. And so I'm trying to show you right here, it can actually play games like this where it doesn't require too much graphics, or it can even run Xbox Game Pass, and you can play mobile gaming on here too with a compatible controller. And so this device definitely gives you a decent, feel and speed, especially with a 90 hertz refresh rate. The graphics on here are looking to look pretty good. The screen and the colors also look really nice as well. And so, you're not going to be complaining when it comes to using this device, mainly because it has a really good operation when it comes to the hardware on here. It's going to be able to hold up to mostly everything you throw at it when it comes to the gaming and performance. And then another thing about the performance is that this device does come with 4 gigabytes of RAM, but you can get the 6 gigabyte model. But another thing that I wanted to show you is that if you go into the battery and device care, and if you go into the memory, and then when you're going to see that it has 4 gigabytes of RAM right out of the box, but it also includes virtual memory. So you can actually update your virtual RAM plus uses your phone's storage space to provide virtual memory. And so it's going to expand the 4 gigabytes that it has on board to 8 automatically. And so, like I said before, this device runs really clean, but with an extra additional 4 gigabytes of RAM, it's going to run everything very, very smoothly when it comes to the performance on this device, okay? And another thing is that this device was released with Android 12. It's actually running on Android 13 right now. And one of the things about it is that it's probably going to get Android 14 as well. So this device is still getting updated, and it has a lot of updates coming forth, making it a really solid option if you still wanted to use a phone that's going to get updates after the Android 14 that it gets. Is still going to get security updates for another 2 to 3 years or whatever. And so I think it's going to be pretty solid when it comes to the overall experience of using this device for social media, for web browsing, for shopping, for pretty much everything that you're trying to do on a device. I can honestly say that this device can pretty much touch, and it packs everything that you would need to do a nice performance and everything in one single package of $195. So you don't have to spend, like I was talking about earlier, that $1,049 that they have for the S series, right? But the last thing that I need to stress is this display on here. Now, it's not a super AMOLED panel or anything that's to that extent, but it goes up to 1080/60 maximum, and it has a 90 hertz refresh rate. The viewing angles are really good, so you can look at it in any angle and still get really good picture. And one of the things is it has 400 pixels per inch, so its color is saturated with enough color so your eyes don't get, like bored of looking at it, right? It's got a Gorilla Glass 5 for protection, Infinity V for the drop notch, and then it's going to get you 1080 by 2408 full HD plus 20:9 aspect ratio with a TFT LCD IPS display. So that's my top reasons to buy the Samsung Galaxy A23 in 2023. Definitely hit the like button if you found this video helpful. I just want to remind you to hit that button, and if you're still here, just type down in the comment section, I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me, and I'm gonna get right back with you. But follow me on social media and watch another video on the left or the right hand corner, and I'll check you guys later. I'll get right back with you. Peace.